It's easy, nothing to it. I could use some new customers.
Customers? You mean suckers?
Suckers? Well, I suppose they could pay extra for
What
that.
happened to him?
Oh, he's brought in everybody he knows. I gotta branch out.
Well, I could use the dough at that.
Fine. Send him out on reefers. It's easier that way, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's the way I started.
Alright, now put
You got
2
it?
and 2 together.
Good.
For you, 2 bits apiece.
Well, give me 2 for now. That's all the dough I got. Right now.
So Marty went out to spread his contagion.
And also sell drugs.
Louis? Well, it was just business to him. The capsules of heroin, so necessary to Marty, were only so much stock to Louis. That stock had reached him through a series of well-organized underworld transactions. Some months back, smuggled ashore in a box of fresh-caught fish, were a number of small tubes of pure heroin, a kilogram in all, a little more than 2 pounds.
The fish is using.
Originally bought for $1,000, it was resold after being smuggled into this country for $7,000.
You know, you don't nearly get that markup at TJ
It was
Maxx.
mixed with a similar-looking white powder, milk sugar, and sold again for $30,000. These were big business transactions possible only by organized criminal syndicates.
Each more Italian than the last.
Many believe such syndicates, in a cold-blooded scheme to create a market for their drugs, are directly responsible for the sudden growth of drug addiction among young people.
Other theories involve space aliens and the French, but we can get into those later.
Got it, the heroin had been cut many times, passed through many hands. He cut it again and put it up in capsules. There was less than 3% heroin in those capsules.
The other
The
97%?
underworld made
Love.
more than $250,000 on the original $1,000 investment. Big stakes, worth taking a few chances for, especially when pusher Louis would take the rap. But even Louis wasn't taking much of a chance. He had junkies, dope addicts, working for him, like Marty Demela.
Mahi Demela? Who's
Marty
that?
had to keep going somehow to bring in the daily flow of money necessary to keep his habits supplied with drugs.
More boogers than usual today.
When there were no new customers for Louis...
Pet
Marty
ice
took
cream?
many
Yes, I'll have
jobs.
2 scoops of German Shepherd, please, and hold the gerbil sprinkles.
But the jobs didn't last long. Often he had to turn to petty thieving and shoplifting to get the money he so desperately needed.
And on a lark, he held a bake sale.
Before long, he became fairly well known to the police.
Mrs. Demelon, do you have anything to say?
Yes, Judge.
Have you seen my
Marty,
pinking shears?
He isn't a bad boy. I wish you could have seen him before he started this poison.
You're poison!
Good grades at school. He was doing so well at Mr. Barston's grocery. Judge, he's a good boy.
I understand. Demelon, I believe you acquired the drug habit through ignorance.
You dope.
If you knew then what you know now, you probably never would have touched that first marijuana cigarette. Well, there's no way of undoing it now. I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in the municipal jail.
Followed by death by lethal
However,
injection.
I'll suspend sentence if you're willing to be committed to a hospital for the treatment of drug addicts and stay there until medically discharged.
You mean to try to kick the habit?
That's right. They know how to get you over the physical dependence with the least amount of withdrawal sickness.
It's called electroshock
You
therapy.
agree?
Well, I do have a lot of drugs to sell, but I guess Louie's got some vacation time coming to
All
me.
right, so ordered. Next case.
For those already addicted to drugs, the first step in rehabilitation must be commitment to a hospital, where they will be under...
No,
medical
don't turn
guidance.
around. Now she'll never escape
For
from
the addict
Hades.
willing to be committed, or sent by the courts, there are federally operated hospitals. Adequate local hospitals would help to cope with this problem.
Ah, Ghost is reading the pamphlet.
The treatment itself lasts for months, but withdrawing the drug, the major problem is helping the addict achieve a workable
Wow,
psychological...
cut my hand open pretty good there.
A life which doesn't include drugs. It's a
King me,
difficult procedure.
Susan.
No hospital, no doctor...
Oh,
sure of
jeez!
success in trying to change long-time attitudes. Back in his old haunts, the former addict still finds himself shunned by all but the addicts and peddlers who were his associates before.
Yeah, you
For
probably got the
effective
clap
treatment,
anyway.
There must be a long-term, community-wide program to help the former addict and his family make an adjustment.
Beat it, Duke. I want no part of you.
Ah, don't be a square. What's it getting you?
I don't know yet, Duke. I took plenty to kick the habit. It's my chance, and I'm taking it.
Chance? You ain't got no chance. You're just a junkie to everybody around here.
I know. But they helped me get a job in here. And they went to see Ma. And the doc says that if I...
Doc says? What does he know? Listen, I'm telling you.
Oh, cut it.
Against such pressures, local
I'll always
outpatient
love you,
clinics,
Duke.
social agencies, the church, all are needed if drug addicts are to adjust to a new life.
Because you can't kick the habit without
intensive
Jesus.
effort by all community forces, very few drug addicts can ever expect to return to a normal, useful life in society.
Ah, they found Mickey
The
Rourke's
overall
stash.
problem of drug addiction, to do everything possible to stop the sale of the drugs. One step would be to increase the staff of enforcement agencies, not only federal, but state and municipal agencies too.
Yep, tried that.
Criminal syndicates might give up drug traffic entirely if nationwide laws provided for stringent penalties to counteract the tremendous profits, and if these laws were energetically enforced.
Yeah, we tried that too. It didn't
Certainly
work.
such laws would restrict the actions of non-addict peddlers like Louis Ritchie and make it harder for him to reach his victims.
Because he's also a vampire.
Basic to everything else.
Hey,
is
you
a
girls want to
wider
go be white with us somewhere?
Especially among young people, of the grave danger involved in any kind of experimentation with drugs. They should understand the thoughtless curiosity about what it feels
I need
like
some
to smoke
drugs, I must
marijuana
say.
or take a shot of heroin can lead to a lifetime of pain and torment, constantly faced by the horror of being without drugs. Much can be done to stamp out this vicious if each person who knows of a drug peddler or a drug addict reports him to the authorities immediately as a deadly
Holy
menace
crap!
to
Knight Rider's on!
friends.
Oh my god, you're right!
For every person,
Well,
must
every right
take
person.
some of the responsibility for preventing the growth of drug addiction. He must face the possibility that he himself may
What
be a potential
is so
drug
damn
addict.
funny?
Only by avoiding these drugs completely can he be sure that he will remain forever safe from a vicious habit which enslaves not only one's body, but the soul as well.
In fact, he should probably just lock himself in a cave. They were never seen again. And remember, kids, just because your parents did it all the time in college doesn't make it right. On behalf of Rocket Number 9, I would like to thank everyone who participated in the Great Trashing. I'd like to apologize once again that this took so long to do, but my life has been sort of hectic, so... But I do really appreciate everyone that participated. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too, and I'd like to do this again sometime, so keep an eye out for more Great Trashing news. See you later.